So I'm thinking of different ways to describe light and bringing light radiant.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another video. So in this video I'm going to share with you my setup for August, and if you've seen my last video you already know that I have a new bullet journal, and so it's the first month in this journal for me. And yes, the theme for this month are fireflies, and I've never done a theme like that before, but I wanted to do it for a long time, and I don't know, I think it matches August and like the end of summer. And yeah, the main focus for this theme are obviously these little firefly doodles, but also a lot of blue for some accents and to see the yellow better. And for the yellow and light theme, I also chose to add some light bulbs, which is also a little bit of an homage to my first bullet journal, because if you know my first bullet journal I had in 2021, the first theme I chose were mountains and light bulbs. So in my setup for this bullet journal, also what you can see are a lot of little fireflies and a little bit of yellow dots of fireflies that are way behind, and also some like little cute doodles of flowers and some leaves and stuff, because it looks very magical to me. Fireflies in real life as well, and so I thought that this whole magic thing could go with it, like not real magic, but I hope you get what I mean. So a little bit more of a perfect world with all of our like flowers. And if you're curious on how to doodle fireflies and stuff, I will probably post like a doodle time, a little tutorial on my Instagram at some point of the month. So over there you can always find some doodle inspo if you want to see more. And yeah, we'll also share this whole setup and stuff. And yeah, for the lettering I just chose some simple black hand lettering that is pretty simple, and it just says August as you can see, and I added some more white dots to make it seem like there's even more fireflies, and I hope that worked out. And I just used the white gel pen also for like highlights to make these lights of the fireflies stand out more. And that worked a little bit, I think, not perfectly, but it's hard to doodle light, I think. On the other side of these two pages we have the quote page, and for this one I chose one I saw online that says, "Dream big, sparkle more and shine bright." It goes for me a lot with this theme. Of course, like shine and sparkle, so things that maybe fireflies do, but also this lettering style reminds me a lot of Disney, and so I already said that this theme connects for me like magic and just beautiful stuff, I guess, and so Disney is that too for me, and I thought that this lettering style would match the theme just perfectly. And also for the doodles I added on this page a lot of sparkles and a lot of fireflies, but this time a lot bigger fireflies, so with a lot more light going on, and yeah, you can see that. So there is a lot of variation that you can do with fireflies. And here again is the blue that I said is going to be very dominant in this whole theme, because I used it to make the light stand more out, and so like it's dark and the fireflies are glowing in the dark, but I didn't want to use black, so I used blue. So yeah, you can see how that's working out. I think it turned out cute and that it does what I wanted it to. Now for the monthly setup. I know I did not do a monthly setup for July. It was because I had just so much to do with university, so I did not have the time to film it. I had one, it's on my Instagram if you want to see it, and it turned out very cute, if I can say so myself. But this one is very similar to my July, because I just fell in love with doing this monthly calendar, but every day has a different color. So I still have a color palette going on, so it's still like this yellow, this light blue, and a darker blue. But I don't know, I just think it looks so cute that every day has a different color, and it just makes the whole spread not look so white, if you know what I mean. I think often with like empty bullet journal spreads, they look very empty. And with this color I think it just looks already so much more filled. I don't know how to describe it. I just think that it looks so much better and so much more creative in a way. And so I fell in love with that in July, and you can see it now in August. So I hope it's not that bad that I didn't upload in July, but I'm still very sorry. And for the bottom half of this page, I just wanted to use this empty space to add a little quote. And this one says, if someone turns out all your lights, find a way to shine a light from within. And I just thought that that sounded so cute. And again, with this shine and light thing, so the fireflies, you know what I mean. But as I'm looking at the quote right now, I'm not sure if it's right to say to turn out lights. Isn't it turn off lights? I don't know. I'm not a native, so please don't come at me and say that my English is bad. I'm not very sure. So yeah, please just enjoy the doodling, I guess. But I did not come up with this quote. So technically it's not my English fault. It was just very late when I was doing that. But yeah, let's move on to the other page, which could be very boring for most of you who might not have an Instagram account or something like that. So this page is always just for my content planning and for ideas that I have possibly for Instagram or for YouTube. So nothing very exciting for everyone, but you can use this page for everything that you could think of. And I still think that it turned out to look really pretty. Because what I really love about this page is that I chose to do on the bottom a lot of like different doodles. So again, fireflies obviously, but different fireflies, so not the same doodles that I was doing before, but a little bit different doodles because I wanted to mix it up a little. And also I have these very like big jars that the fireflies are in, and like flying around the jars and stuff, and I have more stars and leaves and flowers. And yes, I think that this looks so cute. I mean, a little bit wasted space, so you could just use that to add something else, but I think it turned out to look very cute. And also have this little space for numbers, so where I just track my Instagram trackers throughout the month. And yes, it still has a purpose for me, and yeah, I just think it looks very good on this page. And now what you can just see me do in the end is stick some washi tape everywhere, like some golden ones with patterns and stuff. So just washi tape, you know the deal. It's nothing very special. But what is special to me is my habits tracker. And for this month, I just wrote down these little calendars so that I can just fill every date in that I did a specific habit with a color that I'm choosing. And I added again a lot of doodles, but the biggest doodle, the special doodle that you could say on this page, is in the middle between the different trackers. So it's this large plant that is just full with fireflies. So there is one specific doodle of a firefly, but there are a lot of lights around it. So on this page we have more, you could say, loose doodles of fireflies because it's just lights. It's very simple to doodle a firefly this way, but also hard to know that it's a firefly. But since the whole theme is fireflies, I think most should get that these light thingies are supposed to be fireflies. And yeah, so it's just this big plant and some doodles around it that are very easy. And at that point I remembered that I had a washi tape that looked like the night sky, and I was like, oh my god, that's just perfect for this spread. And I added it, and I did add it later on some other pages too, because I did forget it first. So yeah, there's that. Now onto the other page. Usually I would just do a whole page for brain dump, but because I thought that these doodles of the fireflies were perfect for a mood tracker, I thought that I would add one for this month. I usually don't like mood trackers that much. I don't know why, they're just not my thing. But I think with fireflies, because of their little light butts, you can just fill in the butt with a different color for a different mood, and I just thought that that was very cute, so I wanted to include that. And we will see whether I like it or not, if I will use it or not. But yeah, the doodles are cute, so I want to at least give it a try, you know. And here we come to the last two pages for this setup. It's, as always, a weekly spread that I'm showing you, and it's again full of these light things that are supposed to be fireflies. And we also see a lot of jars, as you can see right there where I was writing down like my heading for August. I had like this big mason jar that was just like on a field or something, and then we had like these little fireflies flying around it, out of it, into it, I don't know, and also some light bulbs, and yeah, that's there. But what was actually more important to me was the way I did my different days of the week. So I wanted it to look like these circles that you can see where I lettered the specific day on. I wanted that to be like the butt of the firefly and like the light coming from it, so that every butt, as you could say, has a different color. But I think that it's very hard to see it that way. It was more clear in my head than it turned out in the end, but you know that right now what I wanted to do, and maybe you can see it now. So yeah, basically the blue from Monday and the yellow from Tuesday are meant to be different colored firefly lights / butts, you know. And I did that for every single day of the week, and I stick with my color palette, which I already said is like this dark blue, light blue, and some yellow. And I also chose for this weekly spread to be in boxes. So sometimes I do more open ones, but I really love boxes for my weekly spread, so that everything looks more neat and clean, and that I can doodle around that a lot. And that's what I did. As you can see, I have again a space for my routine that I do every single time, and there I just have like these doodles of a moon, again a flower, and obviously fireflies. And then because I had like these boxes going on, I could just draw these lights again, which are loose fireflies, you know what I mean. I could just draw them like behind of the box or next to the box, so that it's the boxes where I can write down everything, and it looks like the whole page in the background is illustrated. On the other side of the weekly spread, we are having the little overview, the little calendar that I tend to always include, so that I just know which week of the month I am currently in. And that's where I also added a lot of light bulbs again and again, these firefly doodles that I mentioned 1,000 times now, so you know what they are. And yes, that's basically it for the doodling on that part. But then I also included some more doodles on the page. So I did again like these bigger doodles, you could say, of the fireflies, as I also did on my monthly setup. So a different style of doodling for the little fireflies, and with some leaves and some stars and stuff, so a little bit more of an artistic doodle than the other ones were. On the bottom of this page we have these two little spaces, small boxes for my weekend, because for Saturday and Sunday I like to plan less than for the other days, so that I have more time for me and for free time. So yeah, you know the deal with weekends. And right next to that we have again some space for goals for the week, and underneath that I drew again a little jar with some fireflies flying out of it. Who knew? So as you can see, you cannot have too many fireflies for this theme, and here we are all over the page with all these fireflies. And on the one doodle with the fireflies I also added a quote which says "just be the change," because I just thought it was a lot of doodles, but I wanted to have a little quote maybe, and just so that this weekly spread looks a little bit more interesting. And yeah, that's it basically for this setup. That's my August for 2021 in my new journal, and I'm very excited to use it. I think it turned out very cute. It looks just very cohesive. I love that the colors are always the same, and I don't know, I just love to look at it and see it, and I'm very excited that I will use it next week. And I really hope you enjoyed this plan with me. You can tell me down below which one is your favorite spread and what you liked, and maybe also what you didn't like, as long as you're nice. And so yeah, that's it for this video, and I hope to see you soon. Wishing you the best. Bye!